China is determined to change from a follower to a leader in biotechnology. Scientists have been focusing on cell therapies and other evolving biotechnologies like gene editing and early detection and diagnosis of cancer. In today's special series, Beyond the Wall, CGTN correspondent Han Bin meets scientists from a key university for science and technology. Their breakthroughs may bring fundamental changes to global cancer treatment.
Chang is participating in a trial for myeloma, a form of bone marrow cancer. Chimeric antigen receptor cell therapy, or CAR-T, works by hacking the body's biology. Though it is not yet officially approved in China, she believes it's her last chance.
我看到有些人治愈了，我有希望了，我这个病人并不是绝症了，是不是？我为什么不能尝试一下子呢？
CAR-T is at the cutting edge of biomedicine. It's an opportunity for China to go to the forefront of the industry. Still in its infancy, it's undergoing clinical trials in many Chinese hospitals.
CAR-T 细胞实际上就是我们通过体外改造以后，把不能攻击肿瘤的细胞变成可以攻击肿瘤的细胞，从而达到治愈肿瘤的目的。
Doctors believe delayed treatment is a key factor in the low survival rate of cancer patients. Besides, therapies like CAR-T was urgently needed as a means for early detection. And scientists at Huazhong University of Science and Technology think they're on the right track.
I regard our all-digital PET as a new generation of positron emission tomography.
We don't only prevent, but we can also detect the illness 5-10 years in advance.
Xie Qingguo's team started research into the all-digital PET technology in 2001. According to Xie, it can achieve accurate sampling of ultra-high-speed signals without using analog electronics, something impossible for traditional sampling. International cooperation has accelerated the project's progress.
It saves lives at much less cost.
Our digital positron emission tomography is going into the direction of personalized medicine, which is the frontier of medicine and biology, and that's unique.
All digital PET has finished numerous tests on mice. Clinical trials on humans are underway in the southern city of Guangzhou. The China Food and Drug Administration is likely to grant approval by the end of this year. With all digital PET technology, China may have a better chance of securing a place in the global high-end medical equipment industry.
I hope one day digital PET could be universal available, just like other medical equipment, CT, MR, ultrasound.
Xie Qingguo is optimistic about the global market for all digital PET. The breakthrough has opened new prospects. Scientists participating in the project say the device is revolutionary. It's one of the leading biotechnologies to come out of China. 10 such machines have been manufactured so far, and one is in Chicago.
China aims to become the world's a new destination for cancer cell therapies and evolving technologies such as PET scan. The push for innovation comes from the government strategy with the biotech industry receiving special attention. And this gives a new hope in the fight against the #1 killer disease in this country.
就单以我们的医院完成的，大概有60多例。
多少治愈
的？不能说治愈，我们说有效率在80%。
The survival rate may be too good to believe, but desperate patients feel they have nothing to lose.
有啊，我看见别人有在这个得了我这个骨髓瘤以后，有5年、10年的，我想到我的这个病也会治愈吧。
治疗的过程。
For Chen Jiayuan, the picture is looking brighter. Technology could be giving her a new lease on life, a new meaning to the philosophy. It can't hurt to try. Han Bin, CGTN, Wuhan.
Let's get some perspectives on this with Sarah Chang, who is Director for Global Cooperation and Partnership at Driver. Welcome to the show, Sarah.
Thank you.
So in that story, we just saw China's really poised, or could be poised, to become a hotbed of drug innovation when it comes to biotech. So China's got the deep research pool, it's got government support, it's got now a lot of investors are interested, and a huge, I guess, pool of patients. So do you think that makes the conditions ripe for such a boom?
Absolutely, and I think it's only the beginning of a wonderful development. In the past few years, China has invested so much in biotechnology, in science, in development, and we're just beginning to see that payoff today. China leads the world in the number of advanced treatments in the form of clinical trials. There's more in China than there are in the US. China was the first to run a CRISPR study, the breakthrough gene editing technology, back in 2016, and the US is just getting there this year. So it's no wonder that patients from all over the world should be coming to China for some of these leading technologies and breakthroughs in cancer development.
And is this why Driver, which is a platform that tries to match cancer patients with treatments around the world, you're moving here next week, in fact, as well as your founder? Tell us more about that and how that would hopefully reduce information asymmetry for cancer patients.
Absolutely. So Driver is a platform that uses technology to connect all cancer patients in the world to the best care, to the best treatments available. We've developed this platform over several years, and the whole idea is that patients need to be able to access the best treatments for them. There's a big misconception, I think, today where patients feel like a cancer diagnosis is a death sentence, but that's so far from the truth. Right now, there are so many different treatments and technologies that have really been developed over the past few decades that different times and different days. If you want to buy a book, you can go to Amazon or Taobao and see millions of options. But why doesn't that exist for healthcare? And especially for cancer patients, who are arguably the most important consumers today.
So for Chinese patients who probably don't understand English or don't really know a lot about their disease, sometimes there's a lot of mistrust in any platform. For example, we've had scandals with Baidu where information provided was actually biased and erroneous and false. So how do you instill a sense of confidence in patients?
That's a wonderful question, and I think the key is today patients and consumers overall want to be more informed, and they want to be empowered with information and knowledge, and that becomes by starting at that starts at the individual level. So if we have a direct interface with patients, which Driver's app has been built to deliver, patients can input their own information. They submit their medical records and some tumor samples to Driver, where we analyze that information and then give them a specific list of treatment options that they're uniquely eligible for across all of our partner centers, and this includes over 30 of the leading cancer centers around the world. Our flagship partners are the Chinese National Cancer Center in Beijing, as well as the US National Cancer Institute in DC. So patients have so many options, and it's really up to them to take that first step to be empowered and use this information to their advantage.
So you work with so many partners doing, cutting-edge research on treating cancer. What are the trends, going forward for either detection, diagnosis, treatment?
Well, we've talked a lot about finding the right treatment, but cancer treatment also begins from screening and from prevention. There are national guidelines in every country where patients should be being screened and following appropriate guidelines and checking up and getting the right follow-up care if they've had cancer, or even just preventing cancer to begin with. So it's really important that this information is passed to the hands of patients, and with mobile apps today. It's so easy to do this, and that's exactly how we've designed Driver.
And in terms of personalised healthcare in the future, personalised cancer treatments, could they be on the cards?
Yes, so everything is more specific now because there's so much data and so much information that patients and doctors can use. And similarly for the doctors, they also need technology to manage all the information that has exploded over the past few years to make sure that they're delivering the best care and the best treatments to their patients.
Okay, great, thank you. Well, I hope technology helps more people with cancer.